90% of grown men are doomers. How many times you guys go into the office or wherever you work at, and it's always the same motherfuckers who are always like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, it's just like, shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut up. You got grown men complaining about being tired. I hear this all of the time and it drives me fucking crazy. I got 2.5, 3 hours of sleep last night, the night before. Who gives a fuck? I'm gonna get it back tonight and tomorrow night. I'm gonna sleep 6-7 hours. I'll be fine. Today, am I feeling tired? Am I feeling lethargic? Is my energy low? Of course. Who gives a fuck? I have breath in my lungs. I'm up. I'm still gonna make my videos. I'm still gonna train. I'm still gonna do exactly what I need to do because that is what being a man is about. Give a fuck about being tired. You got grown men nowadays always speaking about being a doomer, always speaking about what the state of the world is in, politics. This person killed this person. This country bombed this country. Constantly feeding into the loop of the doomer loop that they push onto the social media, the social programming. Every single minute, there's thousands, tens of thousands of articles being pushed onto you guys. And people just eat that shit up. And do bad things happen in the world every single day? Of course. But it's always been like this. Now you can just see it on your actual phone, on your computer, constantly. Are there more bad things that happen? Yes, but we have a lot more people. Of course, they're not going to push the good deed that this person did and this dog was lost and the little girl found him and brought him back to the owner. They're not going to push any of that shit because they don't want people to feel like there is hope. They want everybody to operate from a place of fear. They want everybody to be in a constant cycle of doom. There was a time where I used to be a doomer. When I was 15, 16, 17, when I was in the darkest place in my life, I believed I would never be happy. I believed that no woman would ever love me, that I was not enough. I believed that I would never feel happiness inside of me, ever. Now I could never even bring myself back to think like that. Because as much as they push how bad the state of the world is in, and again, it's not in the best place, the state of the world, but I'm going to be the light. I'm going to be the person that brings everybody up. They could never kill that. They could never destroy that inside of me. I destroyed my doomer mentality. I decided to become the person that people would follow, that people would feel good around, that doesn't bring people down. I will be that person. I will not hate on anybody's journey. I support every single person that is trying to do something good in this world. I support every single person. I support the people that do not like me, that hate me. I support those people. I send them love. Nobody could ever take that away from me. Why? Why do I do this? Because I choose to. It's an everyday choice. I choose to do these things. I would never believe that the state of the world is so bad that I can't do anything about it. I would never believe that, ever, in my entire life. But I used to believe it. And I used to believe everything was set out against me. And I had to realize that I have the power. Ultimately, I have the power inside. I have the power to control my mind, to make sure I'm in a great state, even when I'm tired. Who gives a fuck about being tired? Of course I'm in a great mood. Of course I'm in a great state. Now, if I do this for weeks on end, 2 to 3 hours of sleep every day, then yeah, I'll probably start to, get a little pissed off. But that's pretty normal. I will try my best not to, but yeah. But a few nights, I'm good. I'm good. And I look at it as a challenge, and it's a beautiful thing to have challenge. It is a beautiful thing to face adversity. Everyone wants to doom and feel like there's no hope because nobody wants to face adversity. Nobody wants to face what's actually inside them. They constantly want to blame the government. They constantly want to blame every single thing that is not having to do with themselves. That's the issue. That's why there's so much control. That's why the prices have jacked up. That's why everything is so out of alignment. Because people have completely given up their power and given it to any other entity but themselves. I could never be a doomer. Ever. I could never be a doomer. Because every single day I tell myself that I'm not a doomer. I do actions every single day to prove to myself I am not a doomer. I think, even when everything's fucked up, I think about the best outcome that can happen, and I truly believe that it will happen, even if it's not physically in front of me. I believe that. I believe I have the power to show people what is inside of me and to give that to them so they can find out what's inside of them and create whatever lifestyle that they want. That is my mission. In every single aspect, in every single facet, I could show people that. I believe that. But this doomer mentality, this shit has to go. And this shit has to go. Because there's so much opportunity in front of you. There are so many blessings in front of you, and you just cannot see because you are so spaced out and so in the loop of the doom, in the doom loop. So you just can't see your blessings. You can't see the opportunities. Grown men have to do better. We have to give the generation something to aspire to, something to look up to. We have to stop beating them down and telling them, the world's fucked up and, you're not gonna make it and this is just how it is. I would never tell the next generation, I would never tell them this because they are the next generation. They are hope. I would never tell them that. I would never give them doom. I would never give them just this thing that just keeps them enclosed and it keeps them feeling like they're trapped and they can't move and they can't do anything. I would never give them that, ever. And as somebody who used to feel this heavily, I relate to you. But one day, you have to make that decision that you will be that person. You will give people hope. You will aspire the next generation. You will break generational curses, not only for your family, but for the people around you. It has to be 1,000 times bigger than yourself. What's the point of doing all of this for yourself? A real man will do for himself and for others, because that is the right thing to do. That is what people have done for me, and I have to do that for the next generation. It is my mission. It is my journey. It is my life statement, my life purpose. And I feel it so heavily every single day. That's when I wake up and I do get a few hours of sleep. I feel so blessed, and I know that my purpose is going to push me to where I need to be, no matter what state I'm in, no matter what happens in my life. This is John, the only. I'm sending blessings always. Peace.